Hello, I'm Ralf Friedrichs. I am an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share this about substance abuse, and I want to leave an everlasting impression about it. So, let me be crystal clear. Imagine you've been buried alive. Just imagine, just laying in a coffin and you know you're not dead. You don't know how to open the coffin and push the enormous weight of the dirt upon the lid. But you also think about banging on the coffin as hard as you can so that maybe you can unsettle the dirt and maybe someone, just someone, might hear or see the dirt moving and start digging their way down to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it completely on your own, but you don't know how to get this help. In reality, there are people who can help you standing nearby the grave. But you don't know that. You think about, is death going to happen now, today? Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually using and abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be good at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever dawn on you while you were drinking and drugging abusively that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose? With this, I leave you with one other thought. Don't be that person laying in a coffin, alive, banging on the lid, hoping that someone might, just might hear you and start digging down to help you. Take action on your own. Face your demons by getting in touch with someone like myself at 844-405-HELP. Addiction recovery coaches, life coaches, counselors are all standing by to help you, but you need to reach out to them. Don't be that person laying in a coffin hoping that somebody will hear or see the dirt moving. Folks, call me, 844-405-HELP, and let me help you take your life back before it's too late and your life is gone. People like Larry Geist from the Geist Academy at 516-458-2741 are there to help you as well. He is an addiction recovery coach, a life coach. He is a crutch for you to lean on. He nor I never ever care what you've gone through or where you've been. Not that we don't mentally care or emotionally care, but it doesn't matter where you came from. Today is a new day for you to make the changes. So rely on people like Larry Geist from the Geist Academy. Google him at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geist, 516-458-2741. He is standing by waiting for you to help him. When you speak to him, tell him you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show. Ask him about his thing called BAM, B-A-M. Folks, globaleyeglasses.com. They are focused on saving you money. They have over 1,200 frames, plastic, metal, rimless, full frame, and no frame at all. Lenses such as progressives, line bifocals, transition photochromatics, polarized, coatings like anti-reflecting coating, scratch coating, and UV coating. They have shatterproof lenses for your little tykes at home. All available at globaleyeglasses.com. I am here to assist you with over 30 years experience in the optometry field, to give you a hand like I've done for about 240 of you folks in my audience, to help you place the order so you get the proper fit, the proper lenses, and you definitely will get the proper fee to be charged, because they are about 70% less than your freestanding brick and mortar local optical shop. Go to www.globaleyeglasses.com and let them focus on saving you money. Folks, I recently received an email that someone had asked me, what are some of the best movies about addiction and alcoholism? Now, I did, about a year and a half ago, I did a video about this, so let me update it now. Addiction is a compelling topic of literature, art, and film. It's a subject that speaks to the human condition and translates through every culture and society. Many movies have tackled the subject of addiction and obsession. Some of these movies can be hard to watch, some of them are educational, and some of them are just damn good. For obvious reasons, this subject doesn't always have the most upbeat and positive storylines. However, many of these films will leave a lasting impact on you as a human being. And I'm going to start with number 10, counting down. The movie is called Half-Baked. We are starting off our list on a light note. Half-Baked may not dive deep into the world of drugs and addiction, but it is funny as hell. The story is about a group of friends who smoke lots of weed and come up with ways to try to get their friend out of jail. It is a light-hearted movie that centers around marijuana use and friendship. The never get sick of laughing movie is called Half-Baked. At number 9, Traffic. Stuff with an all-star acting crew, and the directing is great. This movie centers around a conservative judge who is appointed by President to spearhead America's war on drugs. Over the course of the film, he discovers that his own teenage daughter is a drug addict, and we see how it affects his values and his beliefs. Personal experience will change your opinion of many things, but especially addiction. The tale is interconnected by the war on drugs and dives deep into the underground world of drug sales, business, politics, and how it affects all people each and every day. That comes at number 9, Traffic. Number 8 comes at Fear and Loathing is Las Vegas. Fear and Loathing is Las Vegas is an adaptation of literacy masterpiece written by Hunter S. Thompson. Books are usually better than movies, but this film does give Hunter S. Thompson the respect he and his book deserve. It's centered around the character Raoul Duke, played by Johnny Depp, who is a drug-addled gonzo journalist. He and his large Simone lawyer, played by brilliant Benicio del Toro, head to Vegas to cover motorcycle race as an article for his magazine. This situation escalates into him and his psychotic attorney searching for the American dream, aided by almost every drug known to man, in his boot of his red convertible. Although the film is unorthodox, it gives a great look at how drugs and the environment can quickly escalate into a situation from bad to even worse. Coming in at number 7 is Spun, S-P-U-N. If there's anyone reading, if there's anybody watching this who knows what a 3-day speed run feels like, then you can respect how Spun portrays the speed and intensity of amphetamines. The movie uses lots of camera tricks designed to simulate the experience of a high. Trust me, it almost feels real. When I say trust me, not based on my own feeling, but by looking at it, I can imagine. Although the fast and intense cinematography becomes a little overwhelming at times, it will leave you an audience member relating to the experience of any of those characters. In short, the movie plot revolves around crystal meth user who embarks in a drug-fueled 3-day adventure with other dealers and users. It is a film that is recovered by crystal meth users may want to avoid. At number 7, Spun, S-P-U-N. Number 6, the movie Candy. Drug users oftentimes become just as addicted to each other as to the drugs that they utilize. There is an intoxication in the love that is fueled by drug use. Candy tells the story in a deeply realistic way. A poet falls in love with an art student who gravitates to his bohemian lifestyle and his love of heroin. Hooked on one another as much as they are hooked on the drugs, their relationship alternates between the states of oblivion, ecstasy, self-destruction, and despair. Throughout all the pain and heartache that you feel in this film, it leaves you with this sense of empowerment and gives you testimony to the inner strength that the addiction and pain can build. This I rate as one of the better movies. Number 6, Candy. Number 5, Blow. Blow tells the story of the famous cocaine dealer in the 1970s, George Jung. George comes from a small family that struggles to make ends meet. In his childhood, George vows never share the same fate as his family. He slowly climbs the ranks in drug trade and eventually is responsible for 85% of American cocaine market in the early 80s. George starts to lose control of his own cocaine habit, and as always the case with drug kingpins, too much is never enough. This movie gives testament to the fast and hard lifestyle of the drug world and reminds us that there is no such thing as successful drug addict. Eventually, it all comes crashing down on Mr. Jung. Number 5, At Blow. Number 4, Leaving Las Vegas. Las Vegas tells the story of Ben Sanderson, an alcoholic Hollywood screenwriter who lost everything because of his drinking. He arrives in Las Vegas to drink himself to death. There, he meets the forms an uneasy relationship with non-interference pact with prostitute Sierra. The relationship that Ben and Sierra form is beautiful, and they are both exactly what they need for each other. However, at the root of it all, this movie shows the power and control of alcoholism can have over a person and a relationship. Number 4, that was Leaving Las Vegas. Number 4, Basketball Diaries. This classic film, Basketball Diaries, features a young Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg. Even as young actors, Leo and Mark give great performances that range from excitement to jubilation to despair. Jim Carroll is a high school basketball player. His life centers around basketball and his dream of being a basketball star one day. Once in a while, he gets stoned with his friends, and step by step he falls into the dark world of cocaine, crime, and drugs. Once his mother expelled him out of the house, he goes into the streets of New York. As the time passes, Jim's situation becomes worse and worse. It looks like he'll never get out from under the drug addiction. You must watch this one. It is a must watch. It will leave an everlasting impact. At number 3, Basketball Diaries. Number 2, Trainspotting. An adaptation of the novel written by Irvin Welsh, Trainspotting is set in an economical, depressed era of Edinburgh, Scotland. Trainspotting follows a group of young heroin addicts and explores the underground urban poverty and cultural rich of Edinburgh. The film focuses on Mark Renton, played by young Ewan McGregor, and his personal attempt to kick his habit. Mark focuses on how his addiction affects his family, friends, and life in general. Trainspotting is not for the faint of heart. It is graphic and deeply personal and doesn't shy away from any aspects of what heroin addiction is really like. At number 1, Requiem for a Dream. This movie is truly amazing. No film has even come close of what life of a drug addict is really like. Subjects such as heroin use, amphetamines, sociable norms, sex, money, power, obsession, prison, and love are all brought right into the user's attention. For those who haven't seen this film before, be ready, because Requiem for a Dream will haunt you. Requiem has a haunting soundtrack, and the use of speed and music is amazing interpretation of a psyche of drug addict. It's a tough movie to watch, and watching this addict spiral out of control, bear witness to the dirtiest, ugliest portions of the underworld addicts reside in, which in this film is in Coney Island, New York. It is shocking and eye-opening, but demands to be seen by both addicts and non-addicts alike. With doubt, and one of the most powerful movies you ever see. Grab the family if they're within age, grab the popcorn, and watch Requiem for a Dream. Because somebody requested for me to do this, although I did it about a year and a half ago, if you go back into my archives, just go to YouTube and type in Ralf Friedrichs, or Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. You'll find it dating back to, I believe it was the end of 2013. However, this is an updated version of the 10 best movies about drug addiction and alcoholism. Addiction is a compelling topic for literature, art, and film. It is a subject that speaks to the human condition and translates through every culture and society. Many movies have tackled the subject of addiction and obsession. Some of these movies can be hard to watch, but worth watching. Number 10 comes Half-Baked. Number 10, Half-Baked. Number 9, Traffic. Number 8, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Number 7, Spun, S-P-U-N. At number 6, Candy. Number 5 is Blow. Number 4, Leaving Las Vegas. Number 3, Basketball Diaries. Number 2, Trainspotting. And at number 1, my personal choice, Requiem for a Dream. This movie is truly amazing, folks. No film has even come closer of showing you what it's really like to be a drug addict. Subjects such as heroin use, amphetamines, societal norms, sex, money, power, obsession, prison, love, all brought right into your living room through this movie. For those who haven't seen this movie before, be ready, because Requiem for a Dream will haunt you. Requiem has a haunting soundtrack, and the use of speed and music is an amazing interpretation of the psyche of the drug addict. It's a tough movie. In watching the addict spiral out of control, we bear witness to the dirtiest, ugliest spiral portions of the underworld addicts reside in, which is where this movie was shot, in Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York. It is a shocking, eye-opening, but demands to be seen by both addicts and non-addicts. Without doubt, one of the most powerful movies you ever see. So grab your family, grab the popcorn, grab the soda, sit around, but make sure that your young ones are within age to watch. But it is an eye-opener, because it will educate the addicted and the non-addicted. Please, get this one at number 1 on my list, Requiem for a Dream. Folks, don't be that person, like I said in the beginning, in the coffin, banging on that coffin. You know you're alive, but you're looking for help. Being stuck in that coffin looking for help is not the best place. You need to look for the help while you can. There are people around you. There are people all over the place, but you have to be the one that shouts out and says, I need help. And there is no shame in asking for help, folks. What the shameful thing is if you let yourself wither and your life just goes past you, and then your life is gone. And who do you disappoint most? Because you won't be around. It's the people that will be the saddest and most upset, like your family. So get together, talk to your family, talk to your counselor, talk to your life coach, your addiction coach. Talk to someone and get the help that you need. Remember, a sober today promises a better tomorrow. And if you start thinking positive, positive things will happen. Let no day go wasted by saying tomorrow's another day. Get the help you need today. I hope to God, wherever you might be, you have the best day of your life. But I hope and I always pray that no matter where you are, that you all have a sober rest of your life. If you need help, 844-405-HELP, and let me help take your life back, and may God bless you.